Hi, my name is Riti Santo Morgan, and this is my sleep honors project for the Sleep 3375 class taught by Dr. Scullin. In my experiment, I'm going to be focusing on the effect of light intensity on sleep and included a variable of horror movies. This experiment is focused on mimicking the experiment of Chang 2015, focused on different light intensities and the time at which those light intensities affect sleep. This experiment was conducted over 4 days with a break day in between each day. The first one was no light, no horror movie. Second was no light audio horror movie. Third day was low intensity horror movie. And then fourth day was high intensity horror movie. The experiment I'm trying to mimic used PSG, however, I don't have the tools to do so, so instead I used a subjective sleep measure of a sleep diary and also used an active watch. The sleep diary measured my TST, my WASO, my SLO, and the active watch measured my heartbeat whenever I was watching those horror movies. This is the bedroom I stay in, and it is the place of experiment for all 4 trials. In this experiment, I went to sleep around 10:30. I tried to create a time in which it would be similar across trials, and then after I was exposed to the stimuli about 5 to 6 minutes, it was the same stimuli around 30 to 50 minutes in the movie. I looked at my Apple Watch and measured my heartbeat. As you can see in the sleep diary data, the low intensity horror movie was the most effective as it had a highest WASO and also had the highest SOL, and the total sleep time was the least in the control, but that was because the wake up time was 7:30 and that had an impact on the total sleep time. In relation to heartbeat, the low intensity had the most effect on my heartbeat. It was the highest, and then high intensity, and then audio, and then control. While light intensity does have an effect on sleep, as the high intensity did have an effect when compared to the control, the horror content was lingered on my mind, so the audio did still seem to have an effect. It wasn't just the visual input that had an effect. So we can conclude that light intensity does have an effect compared to the no light at all, because there was still a change in wake up time and there was a change in WASO and SOL. However, low intensity is more effective for horror movie content compared to high intensity light. Horror movie content in general did have an effect on my sleep, and light intensity did as well. They both had a decreased effect in my sleep quality, and therefore I suggest that if you are watching horror movies for fun, if you have sleep problems, they wouldn't be the best advised, and it is best advised to sleep with complete darkness or reduced light intensity before you go to bed.